Well, everybody, I'm glad to say that this amplifier, this Valco custom Kraft tube amplifier, is ready to be put back in its original cabinet with its original speaker. And as you can probably see, I've done a lot of work on this amp, and I still don't have everything exactly the way I'd like to have it. But it's come a long ways, and it's much more reliable now. I put in brand new power tube sockets. I opted at this time not to replace the preamp tube sockets just because. So I just was real careful, made sure I had everything wired up correctly, and did the best I could. This is stuff that belongs to me, and I'm training myself, so there's going to be mistakes and evidences of where I tried to go back in and fix things, but I'm working on it, getting better little by little. Most of these parts came from amplifiedparts.com. I want to give a shout out to them. This is not sponsored in any way, but they did supply the parts. I put 3 new input jacks and 2 brand new 47K resistors here, which was the stock value. They're a little big for this application, but that's pretty much the size that was in there, as far as the leads anyway. Same thing down here on the power tube sockets. We have an old style canister capacitor. It's 3 capacitors in one. We're going to eventually replace that. There's a hum in this amp, and I'm suspecting it's from this old canister, but we're not going to worry about it right now. We have the correct 2 amp fuse in here, slow blow fuse. And these capacitors, they're original. These have been replaced. All of these yellow style capacitors, these all came from amplified parts. Some of the wires in here, especially in this area, had to be replaced because they were just so corroded. Matter of fact, let me you can see a bunch of like green stuff coming out of this wire. And then when I stripped the other end back, thinking, well, maybe I can salvage the rest of it, no, it's green too. So that's not from a magic marker or anything. That's just from corrosion. So, one thing I did do, and I learned this from Gerald Weber's first DVD that he put out years ago, is I checked from the filter capacitor ground. Let's see, it's one of these right here. I tested from here to the grounding lugs on all these terminal strips, and there was no resistance whatsoever in any of those readings. So all of my grounds seem to be good. And so I'm going to put it together, and we'll listen to it a little bit later. And I want to give you a view topside here. And we did replace the output transformer. However, I did not get the kind ready that I should have. This should be around a 6,000 ohm center tapped transformer. It just depends on where you look for the information, but I know the old transformer comes in at around 6,000 ohms, so I know there's a little bit of difference. I know this is safe to operate for 2 6L6s, but it's not what the amp had. So we, real quickly, I think I can reach this. Oh, let me tell you why I'm a little iffy about the old transformers. Not that it's not operating correctly, but at one time, and there's some black tarnish, like something got hot, flashed real quick years ago in this amp. There's no telling when it was. But you can see that these leads that were going to the plates of the output, the tube output sockets, they are, showing signs that they got hot, real, really bad. But so let's see, here's the number on the original T3778, and then there's a larger number there. So it still would work, but with that burning, I'm sort of, I'm really not keen on leaving and putting it back in there. But these are the original tubes that were with it when I got it, and they've been in there since, I know, since the 70s probably. Same thing with the power, the preamp tubes. Just your run-of-the-mill. These are Sylvanias here. This is the canister type filter cap that we're going to have to replace eventually. It's a Mallory. Oh, come on, focus. Anyway, you've got 20, 10, and another 10 at 450 volts. 20 microfarad and 10 microfarad, I believe, in this canister. I can easily replace it. It's just, around 30 to 40 bucks to replace that. So we're going to wait. Got the original pots in here. They work really well, actually. And if I can get some light in here. There we go. But this one to the far left here measured 600K, and then 200K and 500K. So I made note so I would not mess that up. And of course, this is just where you tie off your extra wires you don't need from your transformer. Of course, the power transformer seems to be doing well. No issues there, thank the Lord. So a little bit of surface rust, but the original 6L6GC writing from the factory is just, you can still make that out. And even on the 12AX7, you can still see a little bit of that remaining. So I tried not to disturb this when I swapped out these power tube sockets. All right, so I got the original cabinet here, and I am not going to try to clean this whole thing up because I'm excited about getting it going. And who needs a vacuum cleaner when you... All right. So, looking forward to getting this back in here. Comes with a 15-inch woofer. And it's all tube, hand-wired, point-to-point contact. And you just can't beat that. So, all right. Let's wait till we get everything reassembled, and then we'll try it out. Sure sounds good to me. Had a lot of fun, learned a lot, and look forward to more. Thanks for watching. God bless.